What's up, everybody? It's D right here at Wealth Beyond Self. This is my first ever video for this YouTube channel right here. And the intentions of this channel is nothing more just to document my experience and creating a community where like we could just chat it up about the crypto space, the space that I'm invested in, the space that I'm interested in learning more about. Just like so many more of you out there, I'm just here to share my testimony, my trials and my tribulations, my lessons, the L's I take. I just wanted to create a channel. Like normally I watch YouTubers content, like Banker Gerald, Prestige Options, people like them, and like they really create outside of them like telling about information about different platforms, cryptos and things like that. Like they're really creating a community for people to engage in and people to like learn more and to be more on your P's and Q's, like one thing about the space is very big, and like anything, like trying to do it by yourself or learn like solo dolo on it, like it's achievable, but it's just tough like compared to community is everything. So right here, it's beyond the message, wealth beyond self. It's building wealth beyond myself. So hopefully we can create something great here at this channel. Now today I want to talk about my experience into Novatech, one of my very first crypto investing platforms that I decided to do. I joined Novatech in October 2021. I heard about it through word of mouth through my mom. She actually forced me to join. She was telling me like the good word and people's testimonies, and at the time I was only holding my crypto in wallets like Coinbase, Exodus, Binance, and I was trying to during that time 2021 it was during the bull market, so I was trying to like make my money off my crypto at the time. I really wasn't trying to hear my mom out. So she really like nudged me and was like, just do it. So I kind of did it. I didn't kind of do it. I did start it. I started with a small amount though. I started with just you could say a mustard seed. But that mustard seed over time, it did grow into a tree. First and foremost, I want to say it's money to be made in this space. And what I mean by space, I mean crypto space. Novatech was consistently paying every Friday and Saturday for me, but every Friday on average 3%. They never guaranteed 3%, but they did stay true to that average of 3% because we experienced good paydays every Friday consistently up until recently. That's going on 2 years. Like almost in October it'll be 2 years for me, so about a good year and 2 months. It was just every day, every Friday, excuse me. Even though I started with a mustard seed, I knew people through my mom that was making like 20,000 per week off Novatech, and they were paying like consistent, and that just changed my way of thinking on it. It was just like, wow, like I mean, greater risk the higher reward, because of course, as you know, like whatever you put in you have to be willing to lose, and that's one thing I had to like keep in mind. Like everything I was willing to invest, I have to know like, okay, this could be lost, but I don't have the intentions of losing it, like but you learn through those experiences to risk what you want to lose. Some people are putting their whole life savings in Overtake, things like that. You're setting yourself up towards a disaster, because another thing that I learned about this space is anything can happen. Like a good running platform could be good today and gone tomorrow. And I didn't really learn that until like the back end of like 2022, like quarter 4. I started to realize that like I'm thinking like longevity, like okay, this can be around for 3-4 years, but that's not the case in this space. Like some platforms are here 30 days, 2 months. I'm still fairly new to the space. I'm saying I'm about 3 years in, but I've still seen a multitude of platforms come and go. But Novatech was my baby, like like outside of just my regular savings and wallets that I hold, crypto and stocks and stuff. Novatech was my investment, man. It was really probably about a good 60% of my portfolio. At the time, it was 60%. I had to learn another thing about being a part of Novatech, which is diversification. Up until recently, Novatech was doing good. It was constantly paying out every Friday. They were being real transparent about what was going on to the company. There were no issues. Everything, the pastures were as green could be. But until like late 2022, early 2023, Novatech started experiencing certain uncertainties. It started hitting a little high waters and stuff, and honestly it has not recovered since then. Like, they put in different parameters in place and we were hopeful, um, very optimistic, but it just hasn't, translated to reality. So I mean, you learn that to diversify. That's all you do. Like, some people, they take one L and they can't get back up. Me, I've never been cut from that cloth. So it really taught me another way to just diversify. And now I'm not in too many platforms. I'm still trying to expand, but my I'm way more willing to, like, put myself out there and research and do my part on, like, just researching instead of just hearing stuff word of mouth and running with it. You have to do your research in this space. That's another thing you have to learn. You have to do your research. You have to be updated on whether it's the line of communication, whether it's through your upline, whether it's through the Telegram or the platform, whether it's through YouTube, engaging in the community, talking about it. Because if you left out in the dark in this space, you will learn some lessons that's like, that could have been avoided. Let's just say it. Lessons that could have been avoided by just being engaged and up to date. And this is your money you playing with. At the end of the day, this is your money. You don't want to just give it to a platform and not know what's going on, you know what I'm saying, or staying up to date on what the latest policy and procedures are. You have to stay on top of things, man, and that's how you win in this space, and that's one thing I'm learning. I got into crypto 2020. Like, I was buying Bitcoin from the gas station at the Bitcoin ATM machine, so I'm still fairly new, and I'm here just documenting my journey one day at a time. I also want to say, while you watching this video, I am not a financial advisor. This is solely me documenting my journey, like how I see other YouTubers doing. It creates a community. It creates, like, topic of discussion. It creates thought. I'm not here to, like, tell you what to be investing in, what you should do, what you shouldn't do. I'm only telling you what I've done and what I've learned. Now, if you like my content, like, share, and subscribe. This is my very first video, and I'm nervous, but, like, the jitters are coming out the more I talk. I'm just here really speaking from, a clear mind. With everything going on with Novatech, I feel very good and confident. Like, I'm optimistic still, even with everything going on, because I mean, we did get paid last Friday. I think it was like 0.08%, if that. And I haven't, I received 2 withdrawals in April of 2023. They came in the span of, like, on average about 10 to 14 days, and those were bonus withdrawals, so they weren't trading withdrawals that you have to do at the beginning of the month. But yeah, one thing that Novatech just came out recently, it was a statement saying that the Telegram had been hacked and the people's accounts have been compromised of fake Novatech news being put out there. So if you're hearing anything outside of Novatech, just, that's not from officially, like, an official message outside of Novatech. Just don't pay no attention. Right now we're still in the phase of, like, trying to figure out where does Novatech move from this uncertainty of if the platform will stay around. I think this year will make it 5 years that the platform has been around, which I've heard is unprecedented in this space as platforms come and go. So Novatech was a pioneer, but in doing so, like, it also made people so reliable on Novatech. I feel like people got comfortable with that consistent money instead of expanding, instead of diversifying. They just felt like it was gonna always be here, or not always be here, but they got comfortable with what they were doing. I got comfortable. So that's why I say everything I'm learning, I have to talk about, man, because it's kind of therapy for me, man. It's just like, I learned a little bit. I might have lost a lot of it. But I'm going to learn. I'm going to learn. I'm always going to get back up no matter what. Another thing that I learned with Novatech is when you start a platform, if you can start with some type of money, when I mean some type of money, I mean you see a decent amount of return on investment, you want to get that money out and you want to just play with your house money. Like, that's my strategy. I should have did that with Novatech. Even though I took with 2 withdrawals, those are my first 2 withdrawals ever taken from Novatech in April 2023. So I went a whole year and a half with no withdrawals. But that's because I started with a small amount and I had to build through, man, I mean, my team, I probably had like 8 people on my team, But I was telling people, that's another thing, another topic for another day. But yeah, like, I had to realize that it's better to get your money, especially in this space, platforms come and go. You want to get your money in and out, unless you start right in the middle, like right in the beginning of a platform's phase. If you start right in the beginning of a platform's phase, then I'm a little bit more willing to like let my money sit, because it's like I'm start right there. But like, you know, Novatech, when I got in, it was already around for almost 3 years. Yeah, 3 years. At that point, I should have started with something a little bit more. I should have had a little bit more faith, or I should have at least took a little bit bigger risk, and then just taken out, like, you know, and just play with my house money and capitalize off house money, because I still would have made what I had made now. I probably would have made it, you know, plus more. I think I'm learning from Novatech, a L is only a L, and what I mean by loss is if you don't like learn the lesson from it. You know, I've learned a lot from this space in the sense of lessons on top of lessons, patience, diversification, practicing safe risk management, just a lot of things. If you're not learning from your L's, then those are real L's, you know what I'm saying? Every loss can be a lesson if you allow it to be. If you transform that L into a lesson and just get better, don't quit, you know, because this space is not for the people that take a L and leave. This is for the people that are ready to take a hit, take a punch to the face, and get back up. And that's me. That's what I built. So as I'm making this video, we still haven't heard anything from Novatech officials in regards to where the company moves from this point. I've been keeping up with YouTubers, man. Like I say, the community has been everything. People engaging in the community, people talking. It's been a little quiet now, but that's why we diversify. And I've been investing in other platforms. One I can't speak of, another one that just launched about almost 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago at this point. You know, I look forward to continuing to make more videos, man. So, like I say, if you like this content, please like, share, subscribe. This is Wealth Beyond Self, and this is a community where we just gaining knowledge, sharing knowledge, and just getting better each and every day. I go by the 1% rule, just 1% better each and every day. That's 365 days of compounding, man. 365%. How can you not be better after that? Alright, y'all. Peace out.